On April 27, 1521, Magellan led a force of around 60 men to Mactan to confront Lapu-Lapu and compel his submission. The ensuing battle was fierce and chaotic. Magellan's forces, armed with superior weaponry such as arquebus and crossbows, faced off against Lapu-Lapu's warriors, who utilized local weaponry like Campilan swords and spears. Contrary to the romanticized versions of the event, the fight was not a simple duel between two leaders, but a brutal skirmish involving many fighters on both sides. Lapu-Lapu's forces capitalized on their intimate knowledge of the terrain and guerrilla tactics to overwhelm Magellan's troops. In the end, Magellan was killed, marking a significant turning point in the expedition. Beyond the battle, Lapu-Lapu's legacy and its historical context, the death of Magellan was a critical blow to the Spanish expedition, forcing the remaining crew to retreat and rethink their strategy. However, it did not immediately halt Spanish ambitions in the archipelago. Subsequent expeditions eventually succeeded in establishing Spanish control over much of the Philippines. Lapu-Lapu's victory became a powerful symbol of indigenous resistance, especially in modern Philippine nationalism. Over centuries, he has been celebrated as the first Filipino hero who valiantly defended his land against colonial invasion. Yet, it's important to understand this event within its historical context. The Philippines in the 16th century was a collection of independent polities, each governed by local chieftains with varying degrees of power and influence. Lapu-Lapu's resistance was as much about defending his own authority and people as it was about resisting foreign domination. Moreover, accounts like Pigafetta's provide valuable insights, but should be interpreted carefully, considering possible biases. These chroniclers were Europeans witnessing events through their own cultural lens, which sometimes led to exaggerations or omissions.
The symbolism and modern relevance of Lapu-Lapu versus Magellan. Today, Lapu-Lapu stands as a national icon. His story is taught in schools, commemorated in monuments, and celebrated during festivals. The Battle of Mactan is not merely a historical footnote but a continuing source of inspiration for courage and patriotism. The narrative of Lapu-Lapu versus Magellan also serves as a gateway to understanding the broader themes of resistance, identity, and colonialism that have shaped Philippine history. It reminds Filipinos and observers alike of the complexity of encounters between indigenous peoples and European colonizers, moments fraught with conflict, negotiation, and transformation. In addition, the story encourages reflection on how history is told. By questioning traditional narratives and seeking multiple perspectives, we gain a richer, more nuanced appreciation of past events. Remembering Lapu-Lapu in the tapestry of history. The real story of Lapu-Lapu is one of bravery, defiance, and cultural pride. Though shrouded by the mysteries of time and filtered through colonial accounts, his legacy endures as a testament to the resilience of the Filipino spirit. The battle between Lapu-Lapu and Magellan symbolizes more than just a military victory. It marks a crucial moment in the complex history of the Philippines' encounter with Western powers. As we remember this epic clash, we honor not only a legendary warrior but also the rich heritage of a people who continue to define their own destiny. In exploring the true story behind the legend, we embrace a fuller understanding of history, one that celebrates diversity.
And the story of Lapu-Lapu reminds us that bold, living leadership often arrives from places we've long skipped over, demanding attention and courage in equal measure. Lapu-Lapu was a paramount ruler of Mactan who stood against the might of a world empire not for glory alone, but for his people's sovereignty and their right to govern their own seas and skies. The clash with Ferdinand Magellan's expedition is frequently framed as a simple duel of fate, yet the deeper truth is a meditation on strategy, alliances, and the costs of foreign intrusion. Local alliances, knowledge of tides, and the courage to face a technologically superior force with makeshift defenses reveal a narrative that's less about mythic destiny and more about practical leadership under pressure. The story has been filtered through centuries of retellings, sometimes muted by romance or simplified into a single sentence of resistance, but the bones of it lie in a decision to defend a coastline, preserve a way of life, and insist that power is not merely occupation but responsibility. When we pause to listen to the voices of island communities, we hear a complex tapestry of diplomacy, sacrifice, and a stubborn refusal to yield sovereignty without a fight. What schools rarely teach with vigor are the nuances: how Indigenous leadership can orchestrate a credible resistance against overwhelming odds, how trade routes, cultural diplomacy, and early information networks shaped outcomes, and how a hero's decision can ripple through generations in ways that reshape national identity. Lapu-Lapu's stand invites a modern reflection on critical thinking, ethical sovereignty, and the courage to question narratives that serve only a single perspective.